Madam Mayor, members of council, James Baker, City Manager, and the leadership team, and all the special guests that are here this morning. It's really difficult to know what to say at a time like this, and I've had a week or so to think about it, and it didn't get any easier as the week went by. Thank you, of course, springs immediately to mind, but that seems somewhat inadequate given the significance of the honor that I've received today. And really, truthfully, the job was reward enough. In my 31 years coming to work, I've never really felt like I was going to work. Every day, whether I was a firefighter, and I know that my colleagues behind me would express the same sentiment, no matter what position you fill in the organization, you've got an opportunity to make a positive difference in somebody's life every day. And of course, as you become the administrative and you know, the deputy chief, the fire chief, and all of the other senior staff positions, you have a chance to make a positive difference in an employee's life every day. And not everybody has an opportunity to say that. And that's one of the real remarkable things about a career in the fire service. So, you know, at the end of the day, I've been rewarded every day that I come to work, and I truthfully appreciate that. In fact, I guess one of the worst side effects of my current absence is that I miss so much my co-workers and colleagues throughout the city, whether that's the fire department or elsewhere in the city, because we're a team here in Mississauga, and we work like a team, and we get a lot of things done as a result of that. I'm already the envy of my fire chief colleagues across Canada and the USA. Our ranks in Mississauga are filled with some of the most expert professionals in the industry. The most famous example, of course, is our auto extrication team, who year after year come home with the medals from international competitions. Our training division is constantly in demand to share our in-house training programs and standard operating procedures to assist places like the Ontario Fire College with their training and development programs. We are the first major city in Ontario to certify all 600 of our firefighters under the professional standards for the province of Ontario. These things don't happen without a clever and motivated staff, and although today is about a new training centre, the same level of competence and innovation is found throughout Mississauga Fire. I say all of these things by way of suggesting to you that I accept this honour and recognition and as a tribute to all of the people who work for Mississauga Fire Department. Our new training centre is going to continue to be an centre of excellence because of the people who work throughout the city. The new centre will exist. We haven't got a shovel around yet, but the new centre will exist because of the combined efforts of a whole host of people from every department in the city. Many of them are here today, representatives from planning and development, transportation and works, community services, and corporate services, have all sacrificed personal time and taken on this project as an additional work to facilitate the development of the property and to help us meet a very aggressive deadline established by some of our partners. So, to conclude, today I'd like to say a special thank you, sort of highlight the Mayor and Council, and especially Councillor Sato, within whose word this centre is facilitated. I understand you moved the recommendation for this name. Without your constant support, of course, we couldn't do anything, and I appreciate the competing priorities that you struggle with, especially at budget time. And so, this is a very important facility, and we will let you down. The senior leadership team, Paul Mitchell, Commissioner for Community Services, who challenges every day to be the best we can, and for bringing forward the report to Council recommending the naming of the centre. To John McDougall, Tracy Martino, Catherine Monas, Marilyn England, and Kevin Buggan for all the preparation and background for today. And if I missed anybody, I regret that. I know there's a lot of work in today, and honor guys here, they always bring a touch of class standing that I have for attendance, so I'm very pleased to see this today. Thank you. Before we finish, I'd like to acknowledge the gallery of people who gathered here today. I'm really quite touched by the attendance. I'd especially like to acknowledge the presence of my parents, Joyce and Edmund Morden, my sister Anne and her family, and of course our two sons, Jason and his wife Amy, and our beautiful granddaughter, Lindsay, and my other son, Sean. I'm so honored to have my name associated with the new centre. I know it will continue to meet the exemplary standard of excellence that we've become accustomed to here in Mississauga. Thank you, everyone.
I would ask Chief Metcalf to come forward and say a few words, please, Chief. Because I know you've worked very closely with Garry.
Well, thank you, Madam Mayor. I try to stay unnoticed on the odd occasion, but I guess I really can't. I came down here because you're honoring my friend today, Garry Morden. Knowingly or unknowingly, Garry has taught me a lot. Basically, a policeman's approach is not with patience all the time, but Garry has certainly taught me patience. I think it was last January I asked Garry to co-host or co-chair the drive for juvenile diabetes, and Garry did me that honor and he co-chaired it. And all said and done, we raised about $200,000 for juvenile diabetes, and I don't think I could have done that without Garry. I tried to talk him into it again this year. Unfortunately, his health didn't allow him to do that. But I think in total, Garry's been an excellent friend to the Peel Regional Police. And I wanted to congratulate Council today for honoring my friend, a friend of all members of the Peel Regional Police. It was the right thing to do. But I do. I mean, it was an excellent decision, and I know it doesn't come lightly, but Garry's been a great guy to me. I'll say it in layman's term for sure. I appreciate all his efforts in helping us, and he is just a class act that everybody has supplied. Garry, personally, on behalf of all the men and women of the Peel Regional Police, I wish you well, and I'll be standing right beside everybody and you at the groundbreaking. So congratulations on this effort, and congratulations, Council. Thank you very much.
There's a Mississauga Fire Department Emergency and Services helmet, and
that's a captain's helmet.
I have to.
It's yellow.
It's a captain?
Yep. And everyone else's helmet is black.
Everyone else's helmet is black. And what's surprising about, well, actually it shouldn't be surprising, it's very heavy. And of course that's probably good because it does a job of protecting the captain's head. But it's a lot heavier than a football helmet. But then again, these things you've got, there's in New York, 911. And it looks like it's, I'm just going to check this. Yeah, that's, wow.